is it just me, or does it seem like people are looking for opportunities to get outraged at stupid stuff? Give you an example. The other day, I got an email from somebody asking me my opinion on whether or not I thought it was feminine for a guy to wear nail polish. And I responded with a one-word answer, yes, right? It is. It's a feminine thing. And they sent me this horrible email, just outraged, and I'm such a jerk, and I'm going to get canceled, and I should watch what I say. I'm thinking to myself, hold on. You didn't ask me if I thought it was bad. I don't care if you paint your nails, but you asked me if I thought it was feminine. The answer is yes. It's also feminine for a guy to wear earrings or not be super tall or have a deep voice. Like me, I'm not the most masculine dude. You didn't ask me if I thought it was good or bad, and that's why I started thinking about this video. Gentlemen, whether or not you like it or not, there are some things that you may be doing that come across as feminine. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but there are certain things or traits or characteristics or things that dudes do that lean or read more feminine as opposed to masculine. And so today, I want to go over them. If you're ready, gentlemen, to not be a little bitch, drop me one of these. This brings me to number one. You're overly emotional and you freak out over stupid shit. I'm not saying that women freak out over stupid shit, but women freak out over stupid shit. Number two is you're well-groomed, right? A well-groomed man is perceived as more feminine. All right, if you tweeze your eyebrows, if you edge your beard, if you style your hair, all of these things are viewed and perceived as more feminine as opposed to super manly and macho. Number three, you're short, right? A short man is perceived as a bit more feminine, or I should say not as masculine as somebody that is super tall. All right, I know because I'm a short dude, right? Also, if you are somebody that is petite in terms of your bone structure, all right, you've got small features, small facial features, pouty lips, right, a little tiny button nose. These are all things that are perceived as more feminine as opposed to somebody that does have larger bone structure or is more like pronounced in terms of your features, all right? More prominent or strong features are perceived as more manly than small, dainty ones. Soft hands, right? Soft, small hands, even more feminine. Gentlemen, if you've got calluses, if your hands are big or strong or meaty, right? This is perceived as more masculine. But if your hands are super soft and doughy and feel nice and soft because you don't actually use them, it is perceived as feminine. If you have super nice nails that are actually painted, definitely feminine, all right? If you have hands that look like you are working, you look like you labor for a living, this is perceived as more manly and masculine, of course. All right, next up is your body. What does it look like, right? Are you built like an upside down triangle? If so, manly. But if your body is round, right, a little softer, doughier, right, definitely more feminine. If you got man boobs, gentlemen, definitely feminine, all right? If you are or have a low body fat percentage, this is perceived as more manly and masculine. I'm just telling you the truth. Also, your face, if it's round, this also is perceived as more feminine as opposed to somebody that has a big, strong jaw or very prominent features like we talked about. If you've got a beard, more manly. If you're clean shaven or you can't grow facial hair, this is also perceived as a bit more feminine. And I'm just being honest. Something else that's perceived as more feminine is having amazing skin, right? And that's one of the things that basically somebody said to me. They're like, oh my God, you've got skin like a girl. I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, no, it's a compliment. You've got skin like a girl, meaning like it's not like a guy. You've got amazing skin. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'll take that, right? And then I told her about Tiege Hanley, which I'm actually going to tell you right now because we've got a deal for you that is insane, all right? $9. All right, you're going to get a level 0. Level 0 is basically the essentials, the basics. Wash your face twice a day, use an AM moisturizer. $9 right now for a limited time and while supplies last. $9, gentlemen. It is insane. This deal is crazy. We call it the level 0 because this is kind of like your base, right? Like if you do nothing else, these two products, these two steps are going to get your skin on the right track. Now, I also think of these two products as kind of like the gateway drug, right? Because once you start using these, your skin starts to look amazing and it transforms. You're going to be like, what else is there? There's never been a better, more affordable time to try Tiege Hanley or to come back to Tiege Hanley. If you go through that link, guys, you're going to get the level 0, which comes with these two products for $9. But there's also a level 1 system there for $15, right? Normal price is like $44. So if you want to try level 1, which is what I personally would recommend, go with that one. It's literally only $15. There's never been a more affordable time to have amazing skin. Guys, hit the link down below. Like I said, you got to go through my link in order to grab this deal. It is for a limited time. Supplies are also very limited. So do not wait. The sooner you act, the sooner your skin is going to look amazing. And you are also going to get compliments on having a girly face. The next thing that makes you look feminine is shaving your body. all right? I'm just telling you, from a dude who shaves his legs, shaving your legs makes you look more feminine. Shaving your arms, more feminine. Shaving your pits, shaving your chest. If you manscape, this is a more feminine look than somebody that just lets his body hair rock, roll, and run wild like the spawning salmon of the Capistrano. Being vulnerable, expressive with your emotions, also more feminine, because historically, dudes that are like super manly and macho, they don't share what's going on inside. The truth is that women want a dude that shares what's going on inside. Something else that makes you look a bit more feminine is being passive. If you're somebody that basically just lets things go, or you don't ever have an opinion, right? This is something that is seen as more feminine, right? Because a manly macho dude, right, they have an opinion, right? They also take charge and take action, which is the next thing that actually makes you look more feminine. And that is not standing up for yourself. And I'm not saying that women don't like historically stand up for themselves, but they are typically, historically, viewed as more submissive. And if you are not standing up for yourself, it basically makes you look more submissive, which definitely is feminine. Skinny jeans, feminine. Toms, the shoes, feminine. All right? If you're wearing something that's super like oversized, honestly, it makes you look more feminine, right? Because women typically will wear like oversized like shirts, and it looks the same on you. I'm not saying it's not like in trend or on style, but a man, to look masculine, wears clothing that fits his body, clothes that highlight his masculine structure, right? And if you're wearing something that's very soft or kind of like just loose or baggy, this is something that makes you look a bit more feminine. Just saying. So does certain colors, right? Pinks, purples, right? Soft yellows, soft greens, like the more softer muted tones, right, of some of these like pastel-y colors definitely lean more towards femininity than masculinity, right? Masculine, it's all about black, it's all about gray, it's all about, well, that's it, black and gray. Wearing a lot of jewelry, right, a lot of rings, right, earrings, right, definitely feminine. Having a lot of facial piercings, weird. Not looking people in the eye when you speak, feminine. Having a weak handshake, feminine. Gentlemen, body language, that's another thing we got to talk about. If you shrink, if you get small, this is something that is actually more feminine, right? But on the flip side, if you stand up straight, right? Chest up, shoulders back, right? You look people in the eye and you actually have a good handshake, gentlemen. This is something that is perceived as strong, masculine, and something that honestly I think every guy should embrace, right? When it comes to body language, having feminine body language is definitely something that's going to impact you in a negative way moving forward. And the reason I say that is because simply it's about other people respecting you. And smiling. Smiling is actually a more feminine thing to do, right? If you're somebody that smiles a lot, this is perceived as more feminine than somebody that is never smiling. That's seen as more stoic and masculine. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't smile at people. I'm just letting you know that it is something that is perceived as a bit more feminine and something that, honestly, I still think you should do regardless, right? But in terms of body language, guys, you got to make sure you man it up a little bit, right? You got to make sure it's a little more masculine, right? Chest up, shoulders back, looking people in the eye, shaking hands like you mean it. You've got to make sure that you have a strong presence when you enter a room, because if you don't, nobody's going to take you seriously, and then life is going to basically bend you over and give you the business like a bitch.